So this is a highly requested topic, how to pose a group of people. But I want to take it a step further and show you how I would like that group photo and walk you through how I shot this image. So hi everyone, this is Jiggie, a portrait and wedding photographer from the Philippines, and welcome to the channel. So before anything else, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel and would want to learn more about off-camera flash photography or maybe just photography in general, then this channel is for you. So you might want to consider subscribing, and while you're at it, click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to see more of my images, you could always find me on Instagram. It's at Jiggie Alejandrino. So normally before I do a group photo, especially for weddings, I do a series of couple portraits first, which is what I will show you now. So the first thing that I would always do is figure out what my ambient light is doing. In this particular case, I wanted to bring in the ambient light coming from these lights here. However, these were tungsten lights, therefore giving me a color temperature on the warmer tone. So I had my light right here, and this is the light that I used. This is my Sony F60RM Speedlight, and it was mounted on the light stand using this one, the Magmod Mag Shoe, like so. However, there is one big problem. This particular light is rated at 5600 Kelvin. My existing ambient light was more or less in the 3200 Kelvin, and that's why I have this one, the Magmod Mag Gel, that I had attached here. It connects via magnet to change the color temperature of my flash to match that of the existing ambient light. Then I finally had my mag sphere here just to spread the light, to make the light source bigger in a sense, but not necessarily softer. It just really spreads the light. Now the camera that I used for this particular shoot was my Sony a7 Mark IV, and the lens was my 16-35 f2.8 GM lens. So these are the lights that I was referring to earlier, and I wanted to include this one in my shot. That's why I was shooting vertically. Now, as shooting vertically, notice it's still tilted upwards. So by tilting my camera upwards, I know that I am distorting the images somewhat, so my vertical lines will not be straight. That's why it's essential for me to shoot wider than how I would normally want to crop it, so that in post-production, I can straighten out the lines and remove those unwanted distortions. So these lights serve as my base light. What do I mean by base light? It is my existing ambient light. So I controlled it by going about one stop under and having my flash at the proper exposure of my camera, and this is the final output. You notice how all these lines are straight because I actually shot wider here. So when I fix this in post-production, I had some areas here that were wasted, so I just cropped it, but I was able to bring in all the lights here that I wanted as part of the frame. And the moment that I'm done with a couple portrait, I now call in the rest of the entourage for me to properly pose them. Now here's the key. The first thing you need to do is make sure that none of them will be entering the area where you're going to be shooting. You want to bring them in one by one. Now for your camera settings, make sure that you don't shoot wide open. You don't want to be shooting a group photo at 1.4, 1.8, even at 2.8. I would normally stop down to f4. I had the entourage right behind me, and I would bring them in one by one. I would normally put about a couple of chairs on each side just so that I can bring in a bit of layering. What is layering? It is making sure that all of them are not at the same level. So you want some people higher, some people lower. So once I've established the height, like so, I then put in my light. But let's go through every single pose that I did here. This is the final image, and this is what I meant about height. You've got a person this high, another person a bit lower, and another person a bit lower. So aside from layering the height, you're also creating a triangle. So you've got a triangle here. And look at this one. She's taller than this person here, then this person here, therefore creating another triangle. Another one, look at the layering here. Taller, middle, smallest, triangle. Smallest, middle, tallest, triangle. Then I have my couple normally in the middle, not following any of those rules, so that I treat this portion here independently from this portion here, and I just want my couple in the center. And once again, you can see the triangle here. You could see the height differences for layering. Another triangle here, another triangle here, another triangle here. And that's basically what I look for every time I am posing a group of people. It is about layering the height, layering of front and back too. I forgot to mention that you don't want them all in a straight line. Again, here you could see I have people stepping back, some people in the front, some people in the middle, because then I am layering them by height and layering them by depth. And at the same time, I also want to create triangles. All right. Now I lit it with the same light that I used for the couple portraits. Still my F60RM with a Magmod Magsphere, still gelled, so that I am focused primarily just here on the center, so that the couple is always going to be the brightest part of the image, and there's a bit of fall off on each side, but very minimal, just to pull focus on the couple. And that's how simple posing a group of people is. So again, let me repeat, layering by height, layering by depth, always creating triangles, make them sit down, make them stand up, make them kneel, make them stay on the floor. It's really up to you to pre-visualize how to set that group of people. Just make sure you follow those 3 things. Now, if you have any questions with regards to this video, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And I do hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell. Now, if you want to see more of my images, you could always find me on Instagram. It's at Jiggie Alejandrino. Okay, till the next video.